Hey, Jason here with Quantum Courses, and welcome to your step-by-step guide to selecting, launching, and selling your first private label product using Amazon's FBA service. You will learn how to create a real revenue generating business that you can expand, grow, or even eventually sell. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Hard work and dedication is needed to accomplish your goals. Follow me as I walk you through the entire process of building a private label business as you watch me actually launch a private label product of my own. You will be guided step by step from niche and product selection to getting sales on Amazon. Please do not just follow along. In order to get the most value out of this course, please complete each and every step in each module before moving on to the next. This course is action-based, and if you follow along with me on your private label journey, you will have a real revenue-generating private label business by the end of the course. So what is private labeling? Private labeling is the process of taking an existing product, differentiating it from competitors, and adding your own branding. Using market research, you can find products people are already actively buying and sell that product using your own branding. In order to set yourself apart from the competition, we will go over multiple ways to differentiate your products from others on the market. Branding is what customers recognize. Adding a logo and packaging designs to your product could help customers recognize your brand and associate it with quality products. After you have your product selected, branded, and shipped, you can now sell to the world. Online sales is a billion-dollar business and has been increasing each and every year. There is no bigger online retailer than Amazon, and there is plenty of opportunity for you to enter the market and get your share of the pie. So let's take a look at the agenda as we cover the entire process to build your private label brand from concept to sales. We will start with market research to find the customer demand and income potential for the niche and products you wish to select. Once you find your niche and product, we will look at how to form your business to get your tax EIN and develop a brand. We will then go over the process of how to customize and order your product inventory by finding the top-rated manufacturers and suppliers. Discover the easiest methods to acquire product inventory and get it to Amazon warehouses to list for sale. We will also set up your Amazon account and create your product listing and a shipment plan to send your inventory to Amazon using Amazon Seller Central. Inventory must be packed and shipped in a certain way to be accepted by Amazon, so we will go over the entire packaging process so your inventory won't get rejected. Once your inventory arrives at Amazon, it will be time to launch your product. Launching your product can be an exciting time. We will discuss some tips and tricks to help you have a successful product launch. We will look at getting reviews, PPC, and promotion strategies to help increase your sales. There are 3 milestones I want you to achieve by the end of the course. The first milestone is product selection. In the first part of the course, you will follow me as I research and select both a target market and a viable product. The second milestone will be ordering your product inventory. You will follow me as I contact suppliers, customize the product, and place an order for the inventory. The final milestone will be to get your first sales. We will discuss PPC and other strategies to help you get your product launched and selling daily. By the end of the course, you will have developed your own brand and created a real revenue generating business that you can expand, grow, or even sell. This is your path to escape the rat race. So let's not waste time and jump straight into market research. If you're having trouble thinking of niches for your list, I wanted to show you another method that could help you generate some ideas. When selling on Amazon, one of the best resources you could use is Amazon itself. Browsing Amazon is a great tool when searching for target markets, and especially the actual products to sell in the markets. For niche ideas, we're going to check out the different departments on Amazon and start thinking about various markets for your niche. Let's head over to Amazon.com. On the home page, you want to find a tab called Departments on the left-hand side. If you hover over it, you can see a list of different categories, but we want to actually click on the tab to see the full directory. Here you can see all the Amazon departments to search different categories and find the ones that interest you. Take a moment to look at all the different departments and also the subcategories listed under each department. We can skip categories such as music and video, and I would typically avoid electronics because they tend to get a lot of returns. I would also avoid categories that require you to have a bunch of different sizes of your product, such as shoes or clothing. Browse through all the different departments and see what types of products are selling, and if those types of products would be something you would want to build a business around. You would also want to avoid departments such as furniture because most items are too large. The shipping alone for inventory would be way too much. So let's take a look at all the different categories under home, garden, and tools. As I said before, we should skip categories such as furniture because the inventory would be just too large. But let's look through the others, and maybe you really love pets. So let's click on pet supplies to see what products they have available. Once we select pet supplies, we will be taken to another page with a completely different list of categories for us to choose from. The more specific and targeted your niche is, the more success you will usually have. If you're a cat or dog lover, maybe you could select some grooming supplies or maybe even some dog or cat toys. So we could search through all the different pet supplies categories and write down the ones that we think we might like. If you wanted to dive a little bit deeper into each category, click on it so you can see what products are being offered. Each time you click on a category, you will be taken even deeper into that niche. We are not quite at the product selection stage yet, but it's okay to click on a few categories and just check out the products to get a general idea. So now I want you to pause the course and browse through all the different Amazon departments so you can get 3 to 5 niches to put on your list. Try not to take more than 30 minutes to come up with your list. Many people become overwhelmed with all the information and never end up making a decision. Give yourself a time limit and stick to it. In the upcoming lectures, I will show you how to validate each market on your list so you can select the best one for you to sell your products. In this section, we will discuss various methods to perform market research and choose your niche. Market research is the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about a particular market in order to validate that niche before offering your products. This could include looking into the characteristics, demand, customer spending habits, location, customer needs, and also other competition in that market. Market research provides relevant data that helps you to see if a niche is a good opportunity to enter that market. By the end of this section, you should have selected a viable target market with adequate demand for products in that niche. A niche is a small market segment on which a specific line of products are focused. There are 3 main areas to look at when selecting a niche market. First is passion. You could choose a niche that interests you and that you would like to learn more about. Being passionate about a subject would allow you to enjoy growing your business. For example, if you have a strong passion for gardening, you could enter into the gardening niche and sell gardening products. The next market selection method is to select a subject that you already have knowledge about. You could select a market which you already have prior knowledge, experience, or a niche which you already have a current following or email list. If you have an email list or a Facebook group with people interested in a certain topic, this would be a great head start. For instance, if you've been working for a plumbing service for years as your career, you could maybe sell plumbing supplies since you probably already know what people need. Finally, you could search for popular subjects that you may not currently know a lot about, but has a large demand or following. If you notice a certain niche or market that is growing and trending upward, you could look into products for that niche to sell. There are multiple ways to find popular subjects and niches. You could search to see if a subject has an online forum that is active. You could search for the best-selling Kindle books to get a popular subject idea. One of my favorite methods to validate a market is to go to dummies.com. If the Dummies book series has published a book on a topic, it probably has adequate demand. We will go over this and more methods in the upcoming lectures. Now I want you to pause the course and take 10 to 20 minutes to list 3 to 5 possible niches. Once you complete your list, we will go over a few methods to research the demand and popularity of each niche. You will then use the upcoming lectures to validate and decide which market would be best to enter. By the end of this section, you should have your target market selected so we can move on to product selection. The 3 niches I will be researching to find my private label product is martial arts, meditation, and yoga. Do not spend too much time selecting your market. Many people become paralyzed because they get overwhelmed with all the different possibilities. Once you find a market that meets your criteria, go for it. So now let's look at how to use Amazon Kindle to validate your target markets. If books on Amazon are selling well on a particular subject, that means there's good demand for that topic. If you are still looking for niches for your list, you could search the top selling books and notate the target markets. But in this video, I will show you how to validate the target markets already on your list by looking to see if there are multiple books selling on the subject, the number of reviews and activity, and also the BSR of the books. The BSR is also known as the bestseller rank and shows us how many books are being sold each day. The lower the number, the more units are being sold daily. The niches I will be searching are martial arts, yoga, and meditation. So let's head over to Amazon.com. Amazon itself is definitely one of the best tools to use when researching products. Once you get to the home page, hover over the Departments tab on the left-hand side to see a list of the categories. We want to hover over Books and Audible, then select Kindle Books. This will take you to the Amazon Kindle department where you can see all the best-selling books and also search for books of your own. So I'm going to go up to the search bar and type in the first market on my list, which is martial arts. Here you can see there are over 7,500 results for martial arts in the Kindle store. The top books on the page have around 80 to 100 reviews each, and it looks like we have a bestseller down here. Whenever you see multiple bestsellers in a category, that's always a good sign. Looks like there's only one bestseller on the front page of martial arts here. So let's go back up top and click on the first book. Looks like this one has about 86 reviews. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you can find the review section. And when you're trying to get product ideas, you can check on the lower star reviews and maybe they can give you some kind of insight on what the customer is looking for. Sometimes they offer you no value whatsoever, but sometimes they can give you some insight on what the customer is looking for that the current product isn't offering. But the most important number to keep track of in your private label journey will be your BSR. This is found under product details, and down below you'll see Amazon's bestseller rank, also known as the BSR. For this martial arts book, the BSR is around 96,000. The lower the number, the more books it sells per day. So I'm going to copy this and take you over to one of the secret tools I like to use. On Kindlepreneur.com, you can go to the Amazon Sales Rank Calculator, which you can just type in the BSR of the book you're looking at, and it will tell you exactly how many you're selling each day. We're looking at Kindle books, but they also have an option to look at the paperback books available on Amazon as well. So let's go down to the search bar and paste in the BSR number we got for the martial arts book. It's important to remember that you can't have any commas, so let's delete this one. So let's click here, and you can see that this book sells about 1 copy per day. This is actually not too bad for Kindle books, but it's not amazing either. So let's head back over to the Amazon Kindle department and search for the second market on my list. So I'm going to go up to the search bar and type in yoga. Looks like yoga has about 1,100 results in the Kindle store. Looks like the books have some decent amounts of reviews. We got a few over 100 here. And while you're searching through the books, make sure you're looking at the book titles as well to maybe get some product ideas for later. I didn't notice any bestsellers on the first page, but let's go back up to the top book. And it's also worth noting that the 11,000 search results for yoga is significantly more than the 7,000 for martial arts. Looks like this book has a decent amount of reviews, but we want to go down to product details and look for that really important number we were talking about earlier, the BSR. Under product details here, we can see the Amazon bestseller rank for this book is well under 1,000. It's also worth noting that this one is a free Kindle book, so the data may be skewed if you're comparing it with other paid Kindle books. So I'm going to paste that number into the calculator here. And you can see that this one sells 115 books per day. This shows you the power of getting a really low BSR on Amazon. But you gotta remember, this is a free Kindle book. So now let's head back over to the Amazon Kindle department and search for the last niche on my list. The third target market I'll be searching for is meditation. As you can see, the search results for meditation is much higher than both martial arts and yoga. And already you can start seeing multiple bestsellers on the first page, so this is a really good sign. Looks like the books have decent reviews, and I really like these bestseller tags and seeing multiple of them on the first page. Here's another. So scrolling through, it looks like there are multiple books with decent reviews, so this means there's decent activity for this market. So let's go back up top and click on one of these bestsellers. It looks like this one is a paid Kindle book unless you have Kindle Unlimited. So let's go down to the product details and check that BSR. Looks like the Amazon bestseller rank for this book is just over 23,000. So let's copy this, and we're going to take it over to Kindlepreneur and put it into the Amazon bestseller calculator. Remember to remove the comma. So let's click the search button, and it looks like this one sells about 12 books per day. This may be significantly less than the 115 units sold by the yoga book, but you gotta remember the yoga book was free and this one is paid. So for the Amazon Kindle test, I'll say the meditation and yoga passed and the martial arts failed. One of my favorite ways to search for popular subjects and to validate markets is to go to dummies.com. If the Dummies book series has published a book on a topic, it probably has adequate demand. The publishers of the Dummies book series would not publish a book in an area unless there is demand for that subject. So now let's head over to the dummies.com website. If you're still searching for target markets for your list, you can go to the Dummies store to browse the various subjects. Go over to Shop for Books and click the tab. This will take you to the Dummies store, and on the left-hand side, you can see all the different departments available. Browse all the different categories, and you can click on the ones that interest you to see a list of books for that subject. So maybe you want to check out Home and Garden. You can click on it and scroll through the different books they have available. So you could select a gardening niche and sell gardening supplies. And it looks like we have beekeeping here, so maybe you could select the beekeeping niche and sell beekeeping houses or whatever bees need. And just browse through all the other books to see what might interest you. If you've already created your niche list, which you should have by now, we're just going to use the dummies.com homepage to validate the niches. We're going to type it into the dummies search and see if there are one or more books on that topic. So the first one on my list is going to be martial arts. We want to filter our content by books to see how many books are on this subject, but we also want to take note on how many search results there are for martial arts, and it looks like this one is showing 36. And we have 2 books here. So we have martial arts for dummies and mixed martial arts for dummies. And if we take the books filter off, we can see that there is 36 search results, which isn't really that much. So let's go back up to the search bar and search for yoga. You can already see that yoga has many more search results at 449. So let's go down and filter the content by books. And it looks like yoga has 4 books. The top book here looks like it's on its 3rd edition, which is always a good sign. So now let's go up and search for the 3rd niche on my list, which is meditation. Looks like meditation has 359 search results, which is actually pretty good. So let's filter by books and see how many we get. We only have 2 books in meditation, but looks like both of them are on their 3rd and 4th edition. So I would say for the dummies.com test, yoga and meditation passed, while martial arts failed. Okay, so hopefully by now you've made your list of 3 to 5 possible niches. Now we will research each niche using Google Trends. Google Trends allows you to see the popularity of a topic over a certain period of time. You want a market that has volume and is trending upward. You could also use Google Trends to look up locations where a subject is most popular. So let's head over to Google Trends and check out the popularity of the selected markets on your list. The web address is google.com/trends. Google Trends is a website that allows you to research trends, data, and visualizations on a topic or niche using Google's massive database. It provides information on regional interests and related searches. The 3 example niches I will be researching are martial arts, meditation, and yoga. Once you're on the Google Trends homepage, type in your first niche on your list into the search field. My first niche is going to be martial arts. After you hit search, you will be taken to a page that shows you the search interest for a subject over a certain period of time. The chart here shows the interest for martial arts over the past 5 years. While I'm looking at this chart for martial arts, one thing I'm noticing is it's not trending upwards. It actually has a slight downtrend. If I was looking to get into a market that I wanted to do long term, then I would prefer to see an uptrend. If you wanted to change the time period of the chart, you can just go up here to the tabs and select the time frame you wish to see. If you scroll down a bit, you can see other information on martial arts as well, such as interest by region. I want to see the United States somewhere in the top since I'll be selling private label products in the US. They also have related topics and queries listed at the bottom. The cool thing about Google Trends is that you can search multiple subjects on the same graph and compare results. I will enter all my niches on my list and add them to the graph. So let's add yoga. When you add other topics to the graph, you can get a much clearer picture on the search volume. When analyzing the data, you can see that yoga has a much higher search volume than martial arts. Not only does yoga have a strong uptrend forming, but it's also being searched many more times per month than martial arts. When we look at our interest by region chart now, you'll see that red has taken over the chart because yoga is much more popular than martial arts. So let's scroll back up to the top here and add in my final niche, which is meditation. Looks like meditation has much more search volume than martial arts, but still pales in comparison to yoga. When you have a topic that takes up most of the chart like yoga here, it can be kind of hard to see what's really going on with the other topics. So I'm going to go up top and remove yoga to get a clearer picture. I'm going to click on these three dots here and then click remove. So now it's a lot easier to see what's actually going on with meditation. Looks like the search volume for meditation compared to martial arts is almost double. And also meditation seems to be forming a strong uptrend. Although the search volume is a lot less than yoga, I still like the direction meditation is heading. So now we can scroll down and make sure there's adequate demand in the United States, since we will be selling the private label products on Amazon in the US. You can take a look at the interest by region and related queries to martial arts, which is in blue here. And if you scroll below that, you'll see the interest by region and related queries for meditation as well. Related queries can be very helpful later on when we're looking for keywords for our topic. Now to get more specific, you can click on the tab on the left-hand side right above the chart to change it from worldwide to just the United States. Since we will be selling on Amazon in the US, it's good to check the United States to make sure your topic is still trending upward. Looks like meditation passed this test and martial arts still failed. So let's go back up top and add in yoga again so we can check the United States trend. This gives us a little bit more detailed information. Looks like yoga is not uptrending in the United States and is actually on a downtrend in the last year or two. So this is definitely something to keep in mind when selecting your niche. So now let's check out another great way to validate your niche using online forums. When checking online forums, you want to check to see if there is daily activity for the niche you've selected. You can do this by searching data such as the latest posts, replies, and active members. To search for online forums for your niche, simply go to Google and search your niche plus online forum. The first niche I will be researching on my list is martial arts. So I'm going to go to the Google search bar and search for martial arts online forums. The first thing I want to check here is to see if there are multiple forums for this niche. Looks like we have martialtalk.com, Martial Arts Planet, karate forums, fighting arts forums, and a few others here. So I'm just going to go back up to the top and click on the first one to see if it has any activity. So what I'm going to be looking for is the latest post dates, replies to the latest posts, active members online, and other activity that's on the forum. So it looks like this one has a decent amount of activity. The top post here has about 20,000 messages, and the one right below it has 220,000 messages. If we look over to the right, we can see that these posts were made pretty recently, one being made Monday and the one below that only 29 minutes ago. So now I'm going to scroll back up top and click on active topics to see if we can find out any more information on the activity of this forum. If we scroll down a bit, we can see the latest messages, and this one looks like it has a lot of activity because messages are being sent within minutes of each other. We can also see how many replies these messages are getting and how many people are viewing it. Views are important because it shows that people are actually interested in the topic, even though they're not replying to the messages. When searching through these forums, it could be a good idea to create an account as well so you can build up your reputation and maybe even offer your products sometime in the future. So now I'm going to go back up to the search bar and search for the second niche on my list, which is yoga. So I'll type in yoga online forum. So let's start by doing the initial check and scrolling through to see if we can see multiple online forums for this niche. So we have yogaforums.com, forums.yogabycandice.com, a training blog forum, and a few other forums for yoga here as well. The forums at the top of the search results are higher ranking than the lower ones, so I'm going to find one at the top and click on it to check the activity. Looks like this one is yogaforums.com, so let's click on the home page to see if we can get some more information. So as I scroll down to see the activity, the first thing I notice is that the last posts are being made about a month apart from each other. I would really like to see a little more activity than this. Some of these discussions have a decent amount of posts, but the threads are still in the hundreds, which is pretty low. So let's scroll back up top and click on today's post to see if there's any activity for the day. And it looks like there are no posts for the forum for today. In order to validate this niche using online forums, I would have to see a little more activity than this. If you wanted to double check a niche, you could always go back to the Google search page and click on another forum to see if there's more activity than the previous ones. So let's check out this Yin Yoga forum. So I'm going to scroll down a bit to see the last posts, and it looks like this one is having posts about a month apart as well. A few of these topics looks like they have a few hundred posts, but some don't even have that. I would like to see a little more activity for the yoga niche in these forums in order to validate that niche. So now let's go back up to the search bar and search for the last niche on my list. I'm going to type in meditation online forum. So it looks like we have the Vipassana forum, onlinemeditations.org forum, a Headspace community forum, and it even has a Reddit forum for meditation on here. So we can see that there's multiple forums for the meditation niche. So let's go back up top and click one of the first ones. So let's check out this vipassanaforum.net and see the activity. The first thing I notice on the recent posts here is that all the recent posts are a day apart, being on December 16th, 15th, or 14th. This is a really good sign to show that this is an active blog and an active niche. So let's go back up to the menu bar here and click on forum. You can see that these top discussions have thousands of posts, and the latest posts were made over the past few days. If you scroll down a bit, we can see the recent posts here, which have been made on December 16th and December 15th, which shows a lot of activity. If you scroll down a bit more, you can actually see how many users are actively online right now. We can see 17 guests are currently checking out the forum. So for my online forum market research, I would say meditation and martial arts passed, while yoga failed this one. Another great site to research niche demand is Google Adwords. Google Adwords has a keyword planner tool that uses Google's database to research the search volume for keywords. Let's head over to Google Adwords and research the keyword volume for our niches. The web address is google.com/AdWords. Once you're on the Google AdWords homepage, you want to look for a tab called Tools. Once you click the Tool tab, you will see a list of other tabs underneath. You'll want to find the Keyword Planner tool. Once you click the Keyword Planner tab, you want to look for the link on the page that says Start Using Keyword Planner. Go ahead and click that link. So this is Google Keyword Planner. This is where you come to research keywords, whether you're trying to find new keywords or just get search volume on those keywords. There's a few different ways to search here, but we want to click the one that says Get Search Volume Data and Trends. Here we can enter the keywords for the niches on our list and get the search volume. Here you can enter all the keywords that you want to get data for. So go ahead and put all the niches on your list into this box so we can get the search volume and data for all the different markets. The 3 markets I'm going to be searching are martial arts, yoga, and meditation. And since we're selling on Amazon in the US, we're going to change the targeting to only the USA. So I'm just going to remove all these others here. So let's go ahead and save this. And I think we're going to leave everything else as it is. So now let's go down and click Get Search Volume. This first chart up here shows the average monthly searches for all the niches on your list combined. But when you scroll down, you can see them listed individually and also the exact number of average monthly searches. I always like to see at least 100,000 average monthly searches, and it looks like martial arts just made it. Meditation came in at a good 300,000, and yoga came in with a whopping 673,000 average monthly searches. As it states here, you can use this information to see how popular your keywords are during a certain period of time of the year, and also how popular a niche may be. If you want to see the chart for each individual keyword, Just hover over this little chart symbol here. It looks like the search volume for my niches are pretty consistent year round, so these are not seasonal. If you were trying to sell something like maybe a scarf, that would only get good volume during the winter seasons. So now take some time to go through each of your niches and make sure they have good search volume throughout the year. Another great place to research market demand for your niche is Facebook. Facebook has billions of users and is a great resource to see what people are interested in. You can search for your topic and check the latest posts and group activity to see if there's people interested in that market. So go ahead and go to facebook.com and log into your account. I'm going to start by typing the first niche on my list into the search box, which is martial arts. In the list of tabs, I want to select latest so I can see how frequent posts are being posted about martial arts. Looks like this top post was posted just now, and the other ones down here look like they've all been posted about a minute apart from each other. So it looks like there's plenty of activity from the latest posts. So let's scroll back up to the top here and click on the tab called Groups. Here you can see all the different groups on Facebook for your selected niche. You want to check to see if there are multiple groups for your niche and also if there are thousands of people in those actual groups. Many groups will be private until you join, but if you're part of some of these groups already, go ahead and open up the groups and see if there is some activity. Make sure you're seeing daily posts, replies to those posts, and people actively talking about your niche in the groups. Looks like these martial arts groups have about 5,000 members, which is pretty low. I'd much rather see 10,000 or more, so I'm going to go ahead and type in meditation into the search box and check out these groups as well. But first, let's check out the frequency of the latest posts. And it looks like these top two were posted just now, and these other ones here are about a minute apart. Looks like there's decent activity for meditation posts, so let's go up and click on the Groups tab. Looks like this top group up here has over 20,000 members, which is already better than the martial arts groups. We have another group here with about 11,000 members, and some other groups with thousands of members as well. And remember, if you're already part of one of these groups, go ahead and click on it and check the recent activity to make sure that people are talking about this niche. Looks like this group is private and I'm not a member, so I'm just going to go back up to the search field and type in yoga. So let's go to the latest post to check the frequency. Looks like all these top posts were just now posted, and the ones below it were about a minute apart from this. This shows that there is a lot of activity for yoga and a lot of people are talking about it. So now that we've verified the post activity, let's go back up top and click on the Groups tab. Looks like some of the groups have over 5,000 members, but a lot of them are still in the hundreds. In order to validate this niche with Facebook, I would really like to see more members in some of these groups. So for the Facebook market research, I would say meditation passed, and yoga and martial arts did so-so. Also remember that you can go ahead and join some of these groups so that you can build up a reputation and possibly offer your products to the group members in the future. Your task for the market research section is to create a list of 3 to 5 possible target markets, research those markets, and select a niche for your product. Before continuing to the product selection section, make sure you have used one or more of the research methods we did in the market research section to validate your niche. Do not spend too much time trying to decide. Use one or more of the research methods we discussed in the section to help select your market. If more than one of your selected niches seem to be a good market to enter, simply select the one that interests you the most. If you're still having trouble, you could ask a friend or family member or even flip a coin, but it's most important to select a niche quickly and continue without becoming paralyzed. Based on the market research we did in the previous section, I've decided to go with meditation for my niche. In the upcoming section, we will look at how to select the products for your niche. You will start by creating a list of products for your niche, Then we will go over different ways to validate your products and select the best opportunity. In this section, we will discuss how to select a viable product for your niche. By now, you should have already selected and verified a target market you wish to enter. I have decided to select meditation for my niche based on the market research we did in the previous section. In the upcoming lectures, we will analyze the product demand and learn how to check product rankings, competition, and the number of reviews. We will also discuss ways to differentiate your product to make it stand out from the competition. For the product selection section, we will start by making a list of 10 to 15 possible products to sell in your selected niche. We will check the demand for your product selections using various methods such as analyzing the competition, reviews, and the sales ranking. We will then analyze and narrow down the products on your list. Once you narrow down your product selection, we will then go over ways to check to see if the products are currently patented to avoid any infringement. After you narrow down your list and check for patents, we will look at ways you can set yourself apart from the competition using product differentiation. One good method to get products for your list is to go to Amazon.com and search through their full product catalog directory. Here you can search through the categories that match your niche and look through the products to see which ones match the criteria. So let's head over to Amazon.com and take a look at how to do this. Once you get to their homepage, you want to look to the left-hand side and click on Departments. Here you can see all the different departments that's listed on Amazon. You want to go through the categories and find the ones that's related to your niche. Be sure to take a good look because your niche could fall under multiple categories. But let's say, for instance, your niche is boxing. I'm going to start by going to Sports and Outdoors and click on, all sports and fitness. On the left-hand side, you can see all the different possible categories you can choose from. I'm going to scroll down to Shop by Sport and look for boxing. You can see all the different sports you can choose from here, but I'm just going to click on boxing since we're using that as our example. So now we can see all the different products on Amazon related to boxing. I would first scroll down and take a look at the best sellers to see if any of them match the criteria for my product. Remember, we're looking for something that's small and lightweight and not too cheap or too expensive. Just by looking at this page, I already see 2 or 3 products I would add to my list, such as the jump ropes and maybe the mouthpiece. So go ahead and start looking through the categories that match your niche and start searching for products to add to your list. Another great way to get product ideas for your list is to use eBay's top sellers page. Here you can browse through the different categories on eBay and see which products are selling the best. So to get to eBay's bestseller page, we're going to go to ebay.com/CTG. Here you can see a list of all the different categories available on eBay. You can click on each category to see the top selling products for each category. So you want to scroll through all the categories and find the ones that relate to your niche. So let's say your niche is outdoor sports. You're going to want to go to sporting goods and click on the outdoor sports category. Here you can see all the best-selling products in the outdoor sports category on eBay. Looks like people really like crossbows. And if you scroll down a little, you can also check out the trending products as well. So let's go back and check another example. Let's say you're into the dieting niche. You're going to want to scroll through the different departments, find health and beauty, then go down to maybe weight management. If you were looking to private label a supplement, you can search through all the best-selling supplements here on eBay. So now take some time to go through all the different categories that match your niche and write down all the products that fit your criteria. Now that you have selected a niche, we can now create a list of products to sell in that niche. There are a few things you should keep in mind when researching possible products to sell. The price of the product should be between $10 and $50. This will help keep the cost of acquiring a good amount of inventory pretty low. The product should be small in size and lightweight in order to reduce shipping costs. The product should also be able to be differentiated from competitors' products to help you stand out from the competition. You should avoid products which are fragile, complicated to use, or have a lot of moving parts to reduce defects and returns. So now let's take a look at an example of a good product versus a bad product selection. Here we have an example of a good versus a bad product selection. The fruit infuser water bottles on the left have qualities of a good product, while the home leg press machine on the right has bad product qualities. The water bottle is lightweight, small in size, priced under $50, made of durable plastic, and is a unique product which can easily be branded. However, the leg press machine is both large and heavy, which will be expensive to ship, and it also is high priced and complicated to use, which could lead to high customer returns. Before moving on to the next module, please make a list of 10 to 15 possible products for your selected niche. We will narrow down your product list in the upcoming lectures. In this section, I want to introduce you to the Amazon Revenue Calculator, which can help you find profitable products during your product research and can also help you calculate how much you should charge for your private label product in order to be profitable. But first, let's head over to Amazon to find a good product we can use as an example. So let's say one of the products on your list is an infuser water bottle. Let's go ahead and type that into the search box and see what products come up. So let's see. This bottle here looks like a good product we could use as our private label product. It's small, lightweight, and between $10 and $35. So let's open up the bottle's product page, and then I want to go up and open up a new tab as well. In order to get accurate data from the revenue calculator, we need to know how much it would actually cost us to get these bottles. I believe we can get a bulk shipment of bottles similar to the one on Amazon from a website called 4imprint.com. This is one of the wholesaler websites I like to use when searching for my products. So let's go over to the search bar and search for infuser water bottles. Looks like 4imprint has a good amount of water bottles to choose from. You can scroll through the different products and find the ones that match your criteria. When scrolling through, you want to check the rating and the cost of production. So let's just check this top one as an example. On the product page, you can customize your item by doing things such as changing the color or even adding your logo. But what we want to look at right now is the product quantity. Most manufacturers offer large discounts if you order larger quantities of a product. So let's see what the cost per unit would be if we ordered 1,000 units of these bottles. Looks like we can get 1,000 units for $3.59 per unit. This is pretty good considering that similar bottles are selling for between 10 and 20 on Amazon. So now let's head over to the Amazon Revenue Calculator. The best way to get to the calculator is to go to google.com and just Google search Amazon Revenue Calculator. You should see a link near the top that says FBA Revenue Calculator - Amazon Seller Central. Go ahead and click that link. When you get to the revenue calculator, it's going to ask for your product's name, UPC, EAN, ISBN, or ASIN. I like to use the ASIN. So let's go back to Amazon and check out the water bottles product page to get the ASIN. You're going to scroll down until you find product details and then just copy the ASIN number. So let's go back over to the Amazon Revenue Calculator and paste the ASIN into the product search field. It may ask you which version of the product you wish to view, so just click the one you wish to search. And it looks like Amazon is going to be changing their fulfillment fees on February 22nd of this year, so let's go ahead and select that field. So now let's fill in all the product details we just gathered. The left field will show you your fees and profit if you were to fulfill your product yourself, and the right column shows you your fees and profit if you get Amazon to fulfill your product for you. So let's get the product price from the Amazon listing and enter it into the item price columns. So both of these are going to be $11.99. For shipping, let's just say it'll be $1 per unit. We can put $1 down here as well. We could also calculate other fees such as storage, labor, packaging materials, shipments to customer, and customer service if we were fulfilling the items ourselves. But the only other number we need to see the profit for our private label product is the product cost. This is the per unit cost we calculated earlier on 4imprint.com, so let's get that number and paste it into the revenue calculator. Looks like it auto-generated over here, so let's go ahead and press calculate. So if we were to choose this product and price for our private label product using FBA, we will make a net profit of $2.58 per sale, which is a net margin of 21.52%. You could also look at the chart on the right for more detailed information on comparison between your fulfillment and Amazon fulfillment, but we will be using Amazon fulfillment for our private label products. So let's see what our profit would be if we raised our price to $15.99 instead of $11.99. Let's click calculate, and you can see at $15.99 we will make a net profit of $5.98 per unit and a net margin of 37.40%. Using the list of products you created in the previous lecture, we will now research each product using Amazon.com in order to select the best option for your private label product. We will review the following 3 areas to determine product demand. First is the Amazon seller ranking. The goal is to be consistently selling between 5 and 10 units per day. This usually requires an Amazon ranking of 40,000 or below. Next, we will look at the number of reviews. Make sure the top 3 products have an average of less than 500 reviews in order to compete. And finally, you should look at the level of competition. Make sure the product is not already being dominated by a single large competitor. There are also some great research tools you can use to help with your product research. The first is a free Chrome browser extension called AMZ Seller Browser. This app automatically shows a product's history, rank, and number of sellers on the Amazon search page. This will save you a lot of time by not having to click on each individual product. The second app is called Jungle Scout. This app shows you the product's estimated monthly sales, bestseller rank, revenue, and other criteria that is critical in identifying a profitable opportunity. Jungle Scout can be expensive. The app starts around $39 per month. By the end of this section, you should go through your list of products and select the one product that matches all your criteria. Other products that meet the criteria can become second and third products in the future. So now let's look at how to download AMZ Seller Browser, and then we'll head over to Amazon to research the products on our list. In this lecture, I want to introduce you to a great website to research your product called CamelCamelCamel. Here you can track a product's BSR history, price history, and even track the product so you can be notified of any changes. So let's head over to the website and see how it can help us with our product research. The web address is CamelCamelCamel.com. This website is able to pull all the product data from Amazon and present it to you in a nice chart format. In the top menu, you can view the products you're currently watching, browse products, check out popular products, see the top price drops, look at some tools, and they also have a blog. So let's click on tools and see what they have to offer. One great tool they have to help with product research is called the Camelizer. It's a browser add-on that allows you to view a product's price history in a chart that's directly on the product's page. Looks like the Camelizer is only available using Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Here's an example of what the Camelizer looks like on a product's page. You can view the price history for the product being sold by Amazon or third-party vendors, and you can also select to track this product as well. So now let's head back over to the CamelCamelCamel homepage and see what else we can do. In order to get some more ideas for your private label product, you can click on popular products to see which ones are performing the best on Amazon. You can scroll through all the products and write down the ones that you think might be a good opportunity for private labeling. But the main thing I like to use CamelCamelCamel for is to search individual products and check their performance. You can either enter a keyword or the product's URL, so I'm going to head over to Amazon.com and get an example product. So how about we check the performance of a Mr. Rugged Beard Comb. There it is. I'll just click this link here. And it looks like this top product is the one we're looking for. So now you just want to click to go to the product page, then copy the URL. Once you copy the URL, we're going to go back over to CamelCamelCamel and paste it into the search box. So let's search for that. And here's the information for our Mr. Rugged Beard Comb. This first box here shows you who's selling the product, the current price of the product, and attributes such as Amazon Prime. You can also track the product if you like. But the chart below that shows us the real information we're looking for. This first tab shows us the price history of the product so we can see any price changes that were made in the past. You can also change the date range of the chart by adjusting the box on the top right hand side. Reviewing a product's price history can help you determine how to price your private label product. Below the chart, you can also see more details on price history such as the current, highest, and lowest price, and the last 5 price changes that were made. The second tab on the chart shows us a product sales rank history. This is very important information when researching private label products. The lower the sales rank, the faster the product sells. If you are thinking of launching a private label product similar to the one you're researching, you want to check the BSR history to make sure it's trending upwards. And the last tab on the chart is the product details. Here you can view details such as the product's category, manufacturer, the listing price, the SKU number, and the sales ranking. CamelCamelCamel is a great website to use when doing your private label product research, so go ahead and add it to your bookmarks. In this lecture, I want to talk about a paid market research tool that you can use to help you find the right product on Amazon. I personally don't use this tool because I like free methods, but I know a lot of people that use it and have good success with it. The tool is called Jungle Scout. It's an Amazon research tool that can help you extract the sales ranking, volume, estimated revenue, and more information about a product without having to go to the actual product page. This could save you a lot of time while researching a product because you don't have to click on each individual product listing. So to find out more about Jungle Scout, let's head over to junglescout.com and check it out. So here's the Jungle Scout homepage. Jungle Scout is an Amazon product research tool which makes research much easier. On the top menu, you can see they have a blog and also some free resources you might find useful. So let's take a look at how Jungle Scout can help you with your product research. The first thing Jungle Scout does is let you see all the data for a particular product. With just a button click, you can see a product's estimated monthly sales, bestseller rank, revenue, and all types of other information that can help you find profitable opportunities. Jungle Scout can also be used to help you generate product ideas. It uses Amazon's catalog to help sellers find profitable products and allows you to filter by monthly sales, product size, number of reviews, and a lot of other metrics to help you find a good opportunity. Jungle Scout can also help you analyze the competition in your market. It uses a product tracker tool that you can use to monitor your competitors' pricing, inventory, profit margins, and other information that might help you get ahead. And finally, you can use Jungle Scout to help validate your niche. You can use the Niche Hunter tool to help you analyze and filter your target markets by demand, competition, and they even have an opportunity score to help you find the right private label product. Now, as far as cost goes, Jungle Scout can be a little pricey. You could choose to go with the Chrome extension, or you can purchase the web app. The Chrome extension would be the cheapest option, with the Lite version at $97 and the Pro version at $197. Both versions include monthly sales and revenue estimates, industry-leading sales accuracy, average rating and number of reviews, category and bestseller ranks, and update and support for a year. But the Pro version also includes the dimension and weights of the products, an oversize indicator, monthly item trends, your FBA fees, and a profit calculator. The web app is a little more expensive and requires a monthly fee. It's cheaper to be billed annually, but they also have an option where you can pay monthly as well. Looks like you will be billed between $10 and $30 more if you choose to pay monthly. But for the annual plan, you can get the startup package for $29, the standard package for $49, or the business package for $69 per month. The main difference between the different plans is how many products it allows you to track. You can track 40 products with the startup plan, 80 products with the standard, and 150 if you choose to go with the business plan. The reason I've never personally signed up for a Jungle Scout plan is because I like to choose my products quickly. I think taking a month to choose a product is way too long, so I don't see any reason for me to have to pay a monthly fee. In the next lecture, I'm going to introduce you to a free market research tool that I like to use to help me find my products. In this section, I want to show you a free Amazon product research tool I like to use when researching my private label products. The tool is called AMZ Seller Browser. It's a free Chrome extension that allows you to view important product information on the search page without having to click on each individual listing. So let's head over to the Chrome Web Store and download AMZ Seller Browser to help us with our product research. In your Chrome browser, go to chrome.google.com/webstore. When you get to the home page, go over to the search field and type in AMZ Seller Browser. So let's search for that, and it should be the top listing on the top of the page. To make sure you have the right extension, look for their logo, which is a red shopping cart with the arrow in it. Go over to the blue button on the right hand side and click Add to Chrome. Make sure you're using your Chrome browser. Once you click Add to Chrome, you'll see a message pop up asking you to confirm. Just click Add Extension. You'll then see another message pop up just notifying you that the Chrome extension has been added. So now that we've installed AMZ Seller Browser, let's go over to Amazon.com and check it out. And remember, this extension only works if you're using your Chrome browser. So let's go to Amazon.com, and you want to make sure the AMZ Seller Browser app is turned on. So go over to the shopping cart on the right hand side and make sure it's bright red and not grayed out. And to give you an example of how AMZ Seller Browser works, I'm just going to search for beard combs. You want to give the app a little time to load up because sometimes it can take a little bit of time for the app to gather all the data. So as you can see, all the product information is visible in these little gray boxes under the product images. You don't have to click each individual listing just to see this information. So the first thing in bright red is the product's BSR, which is the most important number that we'll be using when researching products. We can also see the number of FBA sellers, which is also very valuable. If you hover over BSR history or price history, you can see the performance or the price changes of the product over the past few months. You can also hover over brand to get more information on the product's brand. So let's click on BSR history and see what other information we can get. Clicking on BSR history takes us over to CamelCamelCamel, where we can track this product or view the price history, sales ranking, and product details. So if we click on sales rank, we can view a more detailed chart so we can get a better picture of how the product has been performing. Looks like this product had a huge drop for some reason. We can also click on product details to get more information. We can view things such as the product's category, manufacturer, list price, the UPC, SKU, and of course the sales rank. So now that you see how easy it is to use AMZ Seller Browser for product research, let's see what you would have to do to get all this information if you had to do it manually. You would first have to click on each individual product, scroll down the product listing page until you reach product details, and scan through all this information until you find the Amazon bestseller rank. So to save you some time while doing your product research, I highly recommend you download AMZ Seller Browser to help you get the job done faster. This is also the tool that we'll be using in the upcoming lectures in order to research the products for our private label product. In this section, we will be using the list of products we created earlier and researching each of them on Amazon. You want to check each product's criteria to see which product would provide the best opportunity. We will be looking for a product that is small and lightweight, priced between $10 and $50, has a BSR less than 15,000 for a product to sell at least 5 to 10 units per day, an average review of the top 3 competitors of less than 800, the ability to differentiate the product from competitors, and something that's not complicated or has a lot of moving parts to prevent returns. You also want to make sure the product is not being dominated by a single brand on Amazon. If a product doesn't meet our criteria as a good product to sell, we will mark it off our list. I will be researching 2 products on my list as an example for this lesson. During my market research in the previous section, meditation and yoga both proved to be better options than martial arts. So the 2 products I will be researching for my private label product are our yoga mat and meditation mala beads. So let's head over to Amazon and start researching all the products on our list. The web address is amazon.com. You're going to want to go through the entire process for each product on your list. I'm going to start with the yoga mat. So let's type it into the search bar and see what comes up. Before we continue, we want to make sure we have AMZ Seller Browser enabled. Go up to the top right of your window and make sure the shopping cart is bright red. So let's refresh the page so we can load the data. And you should begin to see little gray boxes up underneath the product photos with all the product details. Looks like they're starting to load here. And we're going to skip the first couple of products because these are sponsored products, meaning there are paid promotions. You can see sponsored written above the product's title. So here are the yoga mats we want to take a look at. The first thing I notice is that these mats have really low BSRs, which means they sell multiple units per day. The lower the BSR number, the faster the item sells. We can also see that the price is well within our $10 to $50 range. Next on our criteria list is the ability to differentiate. I believe we could easily make yoga mats stand out from the competition with a little branding and some creative photos. There are no complicated or moving parts, so we can check that off the criteria list as well. Another thing I've noticed about these mats is that they have really high reviews. This means it can be pretty competitive to try to enter this market. This first mat alone has over 3,600 reviews, which is well over our desired average of 800. The next 2 product reviews are not as bad, but still pretty high. So let's click on this first yoga mat and see what other information we can get. If we didn't have AMZ Seller Browser, we would have to scroll down to the product details of each of our items on our list just to see the BSR. Looks like this yoga mat is number 10 in all of sports and outdoors and number 1 in the subcategory for mats. This is an amazing BSR and sells many units per day. Another great tip when researching products is to check the negative reviews for the products. This can give you valuable insight on what the customer didn't like about this product and how you can make it better with your product. This is also a great method to figure out how you can differentiate your product from the competitors. Looks like this product might have a problem with the rubber breaking down over time, so maybe you can introduce a product with higher quality rubber. Another criteria on our list that the yoga mat didn't quite pass is the size and weight. A single yoga mat isn't too large or heavy, but when you need to order 1,000 units from China, it can become a little bit cumbersome. So I'm looking for something a little smaller and more lightweight to avoid high shipping costs and storage fees. So now let's research the meditation mala beads and see what we come up with. Let's give AMZ browser a second to load here. And here are the meditation mala beads. First thing I noticed is that they can easily be differentiated from competitors using different colors or maybe logos on our packaging. The BSR for the mala beads also look good. It's not as quite as low as the yoga mats, but well within our range. The price of the mala beads are a little on the low range, but I think that's okay because we can probably get these for a really low cost. Mala beads are super small and lightweight, so I shouldn't have any trouble with shipping or storage fees. I also noticed that all the reviews for the mala beads are really low, most being under 100. This is really good and gives me the confidence to be able to compete in this market. If you hover your mouse over the red BSR number, you'll see a little box pop up on the right hand side with even more product details for you to analyze. This is a great way to quickly check a product's size and weight. If you hover over BSR history, you can also see a chart of the BSR over the past few months. Looks like the BSR has been improving over time, which is a really good sign. You can also hover over price history to see any price changes that the product has gone through over the past few months. You can also check out the number of FBA sellers currently selling this product. Look like there's only one for this one. So let's head over to the mala beads page and see if any of the negative reviews can give us some ideas on how to differentiate our product. I'm just going to click on the 1-star reviews, and you can also check the 2-star and 3-star for some good ideas as well. So let's see what the customers are saying. Looks like this first review is complaining that the beads caused a rash. The second review is saying that it's not made out of the material that it's stated it's made out of. The third one saying it's poor quality. And the last one saying it doesn't have the correct amount of beads. So I could take this information and use it when developing my product to make sure it meets all the customer needs. Now take some time to check each product on your list. Once you've researched the products on your list and crossed out the ones that don't meet the criteria, you can continue to the next video in the course. If multiple products meet all the criteria, just keep them on your list for now because we still have to check for patents. In this lecture, I want to discuss some ways you can differentiate your product in order to stand out from the competition. The 4 main areas we will look at is price, cosmetic, bundles, and branding. Price is one of the key ways to differentiate your product. This can be accomplished by either setting your product price as the highest or the lowest. I do not recommend competing at the low price since this could cause a race to the bottom for all sellers. Competing at a higher price as a luxury item would be much better. Differentiating your product cosmetically involves offering different colors, sizes, or amounts of your product. The best scenario would be if your design is unique only to you and not sold by other sellers. Next, we could offer product bundles in order to set the product apart from competitors. You can create custom bundles with accessories that complement your product. And finally, your branding can play a key part in standing out from the competition. Build a quality brand and position yourself as an authority and you will dominate. So now take 30 minutes to brainstorm and write down a few ways you can make your product stand out from the competition. I'll see you in the next lecture. In this lecture, I want to talk a little bit about patent research for your product. It's the worst feeling in the world to spend thousands of dollars on product inventory only to find out that the product is patented. Trust me, I know from experience. But lucky for you, I took the hard road so I can have the ability to teach you how to avoid the same mistakes that I made. Patent research is very important to avoid patent infringement legal issues. So let's go over a few different ways to perform patent research for your products. First is Google Patents. Google Patents has a user-friendly interface and makes patent research much easier to perform. Next is the USPTO website. Patent searches can be performed on USPTO, but the layout is not as good as Google Patents. It can be a little confusing and much harder to search for current patents. But in order to get the best patent research results, you can hire an IP attorney. This is the best method to ensure a quality search. So now let's head over to the Google Patent search page and perform a basic patent search on the remaining products on your list. I will be researching the meditation mala beads. To get to the Google Patent search page, just go to google.com/patents. Your Google search bar should now say search patents. So I'm just going to type in my product, which is mala beads. On the search page, you can see a short description of each patent and also a photo of the patent. Looks like this top search result might be something I need to take a look at. But first, let's scroll through the rest and see if there's anything else that stands out. Looks like we have a display card, micromagnetic system, a digital tally, wall ceiling construction, micromagnetic systems, and doesn't look like anything else has anything to do with the meditation beads I'm thinking of selling. So let's click the first search result and see if there's anything we should worry about. When you click the search result, you can see some general information such as the patent title, the publication number, the filing date, and who filed the patent. What we want to focus on is the description of the patent or the invention to make sure it doesn't conflict with our product. So the product I'm thinking about selling are mala beads, which are basically long bracelets that consist of 108 sandalwood beads, which have been used for hundreds of years for meditation practice, and you're supposed to count each individual bead with each mantra or affirmation you recite. And from reading the patent description here, it looks like their patent is some type of customization of these beads. So it looks like their invention is to add depressions and elevation to the beads in order to help serious meditators remember where they left off in case they drop the beads. So when I'm selecting my private label product, I have to keep this patent in mind and know that the product cannot have this quality. I wasn't planning on adding depressions and elevations to my beads anyway, so everything is okay. So now let's head over to the United States Patents Office and see how to research patents there. The interface is a little more tricky and harder to use than Google Patents, but it also has many more search options. The web address is uspto.gov. This is the United States Patent and Trademark Office website where you can research patents, trademarks, and other information on intellectual property. But for our product patent research, we're just going to click on patents. So now you want to go down to patent tools and links and look for search for patents. You'll see two buttons and you want to select the one that says PATFT. In the term 1 search field, I want to type in the keyword for my product. Let's type in mala beads. No results. Sometimes you have to type in multiple keywords for your product in order to do adequate research. So sometimes they're called meditation beads, so let's try that out. Still no results. Let's try prayer beads and take off the S on the beads. It also helps if I spell prayer correctly. And it looks like we got 3 search results with prayer beads. So let's take a look at these results and see if it's anything we should worry about. Here we can see the layout is a little bit different from Google Patents, but you can see some of the same information available. We can see things such as the patent holder's name, the date they filed, and the US patent number. So let's scroll through the patent description and see what this patent is all about. You want to look for sections such as claims for the patents and the summary of the invention. Look like this patent has something to do with some type of bell fitting that allows the beads to pass through it. I'm not even really sure what that is, and my private label product definitely won't have it on it. If you're still having trouble trying to figure out a patent for your product, look for a section called Summary of the Invention to get a little more information. Here you can find a description of the actual invention, which may help you determine if your private label product will have any conflict. So now take some time and use Google Patents and USPTO.gov to research the remaining products on your list. Make sure they don't have any patents, then move on to the next lecture. Congratulations! You have reached the end of the product research and selection section. Before moving on to the next section, please make sure you have completed all the following: researched possible target markets and selected a niche, made a list of 10 to 15 possible private label products, checked the product reviews, rankings, and competition, and also if the products are patented, selected one product that meets all the criteria and is not patented, and brainstormed some ways you can differentiate your product to help it stand out from the competition. I'll see you in the next section. Congratulations! You have reached the end of the Private Label Masterclass course. If you followed along with each step of this course and took action, you now have your first branded private label product for sale on Amazon. Continue optimizing your product listing with various titles, photos, and keywords, and keep testing various PPC campaigns and keywords until you have optimized campaigns getting you sales on autopilot. The goal is a consistent 10 sales per day and then release new products to grow your business. After you are getting consistent sales on Amazon, you could even start your own online store using Shopify, start building a list and getting better sales and conversions with Facebook ads. I will be releasing more courses related to selling on Amazon, private label, and other passive and residual income business models in the near future. Your next assignment is to click the links in the resources to subscribe to Quantum Courses on both YouTube and on Facebook. This is the best way to get notified about new training videos and new courses where you watch me set up and start various passive and residual income businesses, and other courses on strategies related to these business models. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to stay updated. Thank you for joining me in the course, and I'll see you next time.